Hey there, happy Thursday. I hope your day's off to a great start and that you had a wonderful 4th of July. We had a house full of people. It was awesome. It's nice to have some great weather on a day off. Wasn't necessarily a day off for us here. We did a lot of work yesterday, but it was a little slower, so that was good. Well, today I want to talk a little seller education, and it's about the HOA disclosure. So here's what happens. If you live in an HOA community, the homeowners community, and you pay some sort of fee every year, then you have to give the buyer, once you're under contract, something called a resale disclosure package. And once you provide that to them, they have 3 days, that's the buyer. The buyer has 3 days to review those HOA documents and actually get out of the contract for basically whatever reason. So what that means for you as the seller is that it is really important that we get that contingency out of the way. So the minute you go under contract, what we like to do, with your permission, is order that resale disclosure package right away. It can take your HOA company anywhere from, I just had a turnaround of 1 day, which was awesome. So we already gave that to the buyer side. Their 3 days are already over, or maybe it's over tomorrow. I got to check my dates, but it's going to be over and we're not even through inspection. That's the way to do it. But other HOAs can take up to 2 weeks sometimes to turn around that package. And here's the annoying thing. They do charge anywhere between, I've seen $35 up to $400 to supply you with that resale document. It's just for them in their paperwork. It's kind of how they make some money, right? So we always put a rush on the disclosure package when we order it if we can. So I know community group, if you're with community group, if you have a Ryan Home, a lot of times they're with community group, they have a rush where it's an extra $54, but their turnaround time is 3 to 5 business days versus 14 days and not paying the extra money. You need to pay that extra money to rush it because, again, you want to get that contingency over and done with and not have an out. It's especially important when you're in the middle of inspections to have that already done, because if you can get the HOA contingency already out of the way, here's what happens on inspections, right? People start to get a little emotional, and you just don't want them to have an out later on because they agreed to something in the inspection, but now they're having second thoughts, but they still have that HOA and they can get out of it on there. So you want to get that gone. So contractually, we have to give that to them and they have 3 days to get out. It's important to order it ASAP. And one other thing, a lot of HOAs will come to your home and do a property inspection. And that's where they're going to come and make sure, like I have a swimming pool and I have a fence. They're going to be like, did they ask for permission for the swimming pool? Did they ask for permission and was it granted for this fence? And if it wasn't, they're going to come back and say, you never submitted for the architectural board to approve this, so you're going to have to come back and try and get approval retroactively. See what I mean? And other things they will look at are repairs. We have some communities here that have crazy HOAs where they're like, oh, you got to paint the mailbox and you have to do this and you have to do that as a condition to get the HOA approval, essentially. So what will happen is the buyer will get the documents. The buyer side will see, oh, it's, they are in violation of this paint needing done or this repair needing done. They will have 5 days to come back to you and say, hey, we need you to rectify these repairs on the HOA in order for us to move on. If they don't come back to you within those 5 days, then the buyer just bought it as it is, and then they'll have to deal with the HOA and the repairs that need made. So if you guys have any questions on any of this, please feel free to put it in the chat because it would benefit everybody. They might have the same question. Or if you're shy, please send me a message and I will be happy to help you. And if you all would like the seller guide that I have, which is your selling process, your guide from listing to sold, please message me your email and I will get this out to you within the next 24 hours. We have a lot of frequently asked questions in here, things you need to do, preparing your home for sale, tips for scheduled showings and all that good stuff. Y'all, I am Shannon Milligan from RVA Home Team, brokered by eXp Realty. I will be back on Tuesday with some buyer tips. If you missed this past Tuesday, it was about HOAs, but for the buyer side. So feel free, go back, take a look. And of course, if we can help you with your real estate needs, we would welcome the opportunity to work with you. And y'all, I'm tired. That's why the bags and the crazy hair today, but you know, it was a good 4th. All right, I will talk to you guys Monday. Oh, and my number, 804-248-8207. See ya.